Hey guys, it's Andy from TNC Roamer, and I got a flat tire dashing. No kidding. So this tire has a screw in it, and I'm at a gas station getting ready to fix it. So it's going to be a weird video. That's the sad reality of dashing, is the expense, right? I live in an area where there's a lot of development, and a lot of the developers, construction workers, they drive pickup trucks. And they just chuck their nails and crap in the back and hope, and their litter too, their hamburger wrappers, all that. And when they drive, the wind just blows it away. So unfortunately it ends up in our tires, right? That's what happens when people aren't careful. Yeah. So unfortunately I won't be dashing today. Nope. But we are going to pull this screw out of the tire. We're going to put a plug in it, and hopefully we'll get some air in it and it'll hold. We'll be all right. Let's get started. And first thing we're going to do is see if we can get a hold of our tools. So I'll be using a screwdriver with an adapter. Be using my breaker bar, emergency kit, some sockets. If I'm not missing any. Oh yeah, check this out. This right here, this is my tire kit, right? So essentially in this kit I have tire plugs, pliers. If I had a tube I could patch the tube. But look at this. Look at this. Watch this. All of these screws, they're all screws I pulled from my tires from this van in the previous Town Country. So yeah, Roamer has seen a lot of screws in his tires. I'm gonna try and get this screw out now. Okay, so that tiny little screw messed my tire up right there. Look at that. I'll add one to the pile. So if you get this tire kit, which is highly recommended, you can get it at Walmart, you get it off Amazon, and you should carry one because, you know, honestly this happened last night and it's the next day. When I woke up I was at a different spot, and the tire pressure sensor went off immediately. I drove maybe like 6 miles. So first I went to the Home Depot to get an air pump where it happened, and there was no one in the aisles to help me. So I kind of didn't notice that it was my it got cold last night, honestly. And the tire pressure sensor went off, and I just attributed it to the change in temperature. I was like, yeah, it's 20%, 100 all the way down to 80, 78 degrees. That makes sense. Maybe one of the tires is just a little low. So it's possible. But when I woke up, that in that area, the tire was dead flat. So I had driven an awful lot. So I'm glad the Lord kept me safe. I was able to get where I wanted to go. And yeah, it's cool. The next day I just changed the tire. The spare tire's already on it, right? I didn't make a video of that. I didn't think to. It was not too stressful. So this stuff is really sticky. Don't ask me how that sawdust just got on there. Man, I used a blower. I still couldn't get all this sawdust out of this van. So the next thing I want to do is feed the tire plug through this slit, which can be difficult sometimes, but I should be able to remember how I used to do it. Maybe I just squeezed it through, yeah. I think in my kit I should include a pair of needle nose pliers. That would help. It's a messy job, by the way, changing tires and working with it, but the thing is, if I had the air pump, I would have worked on this last night. I tried to get the pump, and I couldn't. So you put the twisty tie in halfway, 50% on each side, right? Push it through. it takes a lot of effort. Like what is that, like, I want to say like 70% down through there, so that you know it's in there, and you just pull it out like that. Then what you do is you just trim it. And it's that easy. When you go to a gas station, can you plug my tire? That's all they're doing. That's a plug. That's it. The next part is the tire inflation. So let me go get the pump and we'll get started on that. So this is the Ryobi 1 Plus inflator, auto shut off, inflates up to 160 psi. My car, the most is 40 psi for the tires, which is why I bought this. You know, it was on my checklist of things to buy. I tried buying this a couple days ago. I kind of knew a tire flat was coming based on time. Yeah, Romer gets flats all the time because we like driving, right? Unless you have this kind of setup, I mean, I don't see how you could recover easily other than roadside assistance, right? I have the tire inflator set to 40 psi. I'm going to connect the inflator to the tire and get the process started. Let's go. Basically, I'm just going to hit the play button now that the pressure's set. 6.5, 7, working. See, the thing is I only drove it a little bit while it was completely flat, right? As soon as I backed out of the spot, I knew it was the tire. At 9.5, so it's going up. Not too worried yet. We're at 12 psi now. I would have loved to be able to have this kit all together. The tire plug was already in the car, but I didn't have the inflator. And even if I had the inflator, I didn't have the battery. I'm just glad I didn't have to change the tire last night. We're at 15 psi, it's going to automatically shut off. We're at 18.5 psi, I think we're good. I think it's going to keep going. 19.5. 20 psi, we're halfway there. Come on, baby. Yeah, it's very disconcerting when you're home. Right? On the flat tire. 24.5 psi, 25. So it's relatively slow, right? It's a little slower than I would have liked. But it is what it is. I don't care. I want to have the freedom to not have to wait for a tow truck, you know? All right, guys, guess what I got? I got one tire inflated to 40 psi. So I've got the tire ready to go. But the next thing we got to do is jack the car back up. So let's get to it. All right, so with this kind of car, they have a scissor jack, right? And what I typically do is I look for the spot on the frame, right? They usually have a reinforced spot. So I'm going ahead and use my cordless to make this go a little faster. Okay, I'm in low, but my battery is a little dead, so. Okay, whew. Ooh, break my wrist, why don't you? All right, so here's what we'll do. Technically, you're supposed to break these lug nuts on the bottom while the tire's on the floor, the tire's on the ground, but they're not really tight, see? And I knew that because I'm the one who put them on. And I wanted to make sure they weren't too tight. In fact, one of them was loose. Really loose. Too loose. Way too loose. But oh, wait till you see how weird it is and how this donut tire is stored in my car. It's crazy. Temporary use only. Max speed, 50 miles per hour. All right. So that one's ready to go. Okay. Kind of having to do this in the blind. Let's see here. I should be like right on the money. Oh, why am I not on the money? Just a bit. Oh, there we go. We're in. All right. Well, I won't be making any NASCAR teams soon, that's for sure. So Mario Andretti, don't call me. I probably value my privacy more than you, Mario. All right. Ooh. Trying to get too dirty doing this, but you know how I go. Yeah, I should have got a photo, at least, bare minimum, a quick little video this morning when I woke up, but I was just so... I was kind of surprised because I made the assessment last night that it was the TPS sensor, tire pressure sensor, went off because it was cold. So I drove it for, I want to say 8 miles. I went to Home Depot and then I still kept going and went to, I forgot where I stayed last night. I was a little surprised to wake up to that flat tire. After having driven it to Home Depot, it looked fine. And then from Home Depot to where I stayed, that was another like 6 miles. I suppose I could use this bad boy, which is why I have it. Ooh. Nice. So now we're ready to lower it. You got this. Go, 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 go. Let's go! You did it! Oh my gosh, look at that. That thing is trusty, I tell you what. It needs some oil. Alright, and the next thing is we're going to do a like random pattern. Or not random, but cross. And we're going to lock these down for real, for real. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, oh. 4. 5. All right, so we're done for the most part. The last part is putting this spare tire back in the car. Let me show you. All right, so inside the Chrysler Town Country, there is a square hole. Like some of you will have that, right? That's what that means. It's a tire. It goes up and down. So the way that you get your access to the spare tire is encased in a little tube. You put that kit, comes with a rod that you stick together. It's 2 pieces. And you just you either hand turn it all the way down. See, when we were lowering that and turning that square screw or bolt, that case was coming down, right? So what we need to do is go under the car and pull it, but be careful. That exhaust, that's going to be hot. So I'm going to come from the other side. Do not use the passenger side, use the driver's side. I was doing that for the shade. I didn't realize the exhaust was right there. So let's go over here. Okay, so now I'm on the driver's side, And you notice the exhaust is on the passenger side. So what I want to always recommend is if you're on a Chrysler Town Country, pull this out from the driver's side if possible. I know that in some situations it might not be smart because it's the highway, but you don't really have a choice unless you're wearing gloves. And I don't even know if there's enough ground clearance to get under the exhaust with a tire in there. And you keep turning and pulling until you can get full access to this. It's just a rope on a pulley, so just manually keep going back and forth. And they do have a plastic arm for you to gain leverage and put on top of here. I have it if I need it. I'll probably need it when I put the tire back up. But the rope has a perfect amount of length to it to get that donut tire all the way out. I don't know that I would ever put my real tire in there. But I really don't know if I would. You might say, hey, Andy, you have that power screwdriver right there. Why don't you use it? I don't think it would fit in there. See? Doesn't fit. They weren't thinking like that. So round and round we go. Last night I didn't have access. It was early this morning, it was too dark to do to locate the arm, the plastic piece. I couldn't find it, but here it is if I need it. See? Gives you that ability to lift it back up again if you need to. And I need to. Okay, so I've turned it all the way, and it is now what appears to be fully extended as well. So let me go get that tire and I'll be right back. All right, so I have the spare tire to put back in there. And what I want to do next is show you how to use this thing. This centerpiece, right, it has like a grappling hook on it where you have to kind of push the grappling hooks down in there, and then it falls right down, just like that. So now this shell is now able to receive the tire. So all you do, not that, I only have one hand. So you can see we have the shell ready to go. The tire in there. This, like, for lack of a better word, grappling hook just gets like pinched again, and you push it right through both of them, right? So it fits through the donut tire and it fits through that shell. But you got to make sure that the whole thing is through, or your spare tire is going to go bye-bye. So make sure it's like this. You see it's dangling? Like, make sure that this thing is dangling all the way through, and that grappling hook has your shell and your tire. Okay, and that's pretty much the hard part. So your hands are going to get filthy, right? Because that's all road dirt. I'm going to use the Clorox wipe. I'm going to wipe my hands, and then we'll go back in the car and keep turning. All right, guys. You see how messy business this is, right? Look at that. I'm still not even clean yet. Wow, I think I got some on my shirt too. We'll clean that up later. But, okay, so now what I'm going to do is start turning this clockwise. And it's going to drag that shell with the tire in it underneath my car. You can help it along with your foot if you want. My guess is we're almost done. Yep, it's getting secure now. I'm lifting it up. And I should be just about done any second now. Done. Let me check. Okay. Bad news, not done. So sorry, not sorry. Okay, so I looked at it and it's a little crooked and I don't know why. So I'm gonna set it down and take a look. Maybe I put the tire in inside out. I haven't done this in ages and I didn't look at the manual. Let's see here. Why are you not snug? Well, that all looks good. I think it will work again now that you just did it twice. I think it was at an angle. If not, I'll have to turn it upside down. I feel like a schooly bus driver. Maybe I just needed to give it a couple extra yanks, huh? Okay, that's not going anymore. Now I'll take a look. Perfect. That's exactly what you want. I'll show you. All right, you see how you have the shell half already like encased? The tire's now encased, and that's what you're looking for. So that's it. We're kind of down now. It's cleanup time. All right, guys. We were able to get that tire all plugged up and installed. You got to see a little bit about the Town and Country's ability to stow and go a spare tire. That's pretty cool. You don't even know. You're like, where'd you put a spare tire? You know, after all this in like underfloor storage we still have an extra spot for a tire. It's crazy. That's what makes this van so awesome for road tripping. Let me just clean my hands and we'll get out of here. Oh my. I already Clorox wiped them. It still wasn't enough. I don't want to say this endeavor was fun, but I do want to say that it was rewarding to know that if I ever needed to, I could plug a tire. And as long as you had that tire kit and an air pump, you can too. That's it for now. I'm Andy from TNC Roamer, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.